here we have basically some tiny clustered calcifications, or grouped, that are almost amorphous. They're so tiny. Here you have a group of about 6 calcifications within a 1 cm area. The patient had a bloody nipple discharge, was spontaneous. We did a ductogram, found a little mass in the duct, and that turned out to be a benign papilloma. Here we have a lot of calcifications in one quadrant, but the calcification distribution that's depicted here may be suspicious because the distribution is not that diffuse throughout the quadrant. In other words, you have basically here trying to show 3 groups. So this could be multifocal carcinoma, multifocal DCIS. This is an old zero mammogram. And basically, you see it kind of concentrated into several areas. The blue, dark blue dots are what we see now as white on film and on digital mammography, but that was multifocal ductal carcinoma in situ. So beware of that type of appearance. Linear distribution is more suspicious and means that the calcs are arrayed in a line. It doesn't have to be a straight line, it can be a sinuous line. But this linear distribution elevates your suspicion for malignancy. But on the other hand, some benign calcifications can have linear distributions. For example, large rod-like calcifications, vascular calcifications, these can have a linear distribution. So distribution in itself is not 100% suspicious. Here we have a linear distribution, 2 cases of DCIS forming a cast of the ducts. Here these are fine linear, these are fine pleomorphic. Here some are fine linear and fine pleomorphic. Ductal distribution, cometocarcinoma. In this patient, amorphous calcifications in a ductal, and if you look at multiple ducts here, it's a segmental distribution. So this is very, very suspicious for a malignancy. What about this case? Is this linear? Not linear? Should we send the patient back for return in 1 year for screening? Should we bring her back in 6 months? Well, see, the radiologist looking at 2 views should have connected the dots. Instead, he said, come back in 6 months. Not appreciating that this basically on both views was a linear distribution. So what happened? What usually happens? She doesn't come back in 6 months. She comes back in 1 year or 2 years. Now the calcifications have increased, and at that time she was biopsied and DCIS was found at biopsy.